This is the new Highmark Stadium. It's a $1.7 billion mega project that drew inspiration from one of the most impressive UK soccer stadiums. Home to the National Football League's Buffalo Bills and one of the rowdiest fan bases in all of sports, this stadium was engineered to fight through some of the most harsh environments. With so many positives and impressive feats, however, there's also been a significant amount of drama, including controversial design choices and relatively shady financial decision-making. Today we're taking a deep dive into one of the most exciting new stadium projects in the country and across the world. Buffalo, New York. Known for its wings and winter weather, it isn't exactly the first place most would assume has a National Football League team. Buffalo is the second smallest host city of any NFL team, with a population that ranks 78th in the US. But where they lack in numbers, they make up for in passion. The existing venue, also called Highmark Stadium, was constructed in 1973, and this 51-year-old structure has been showing signs of aging for quite some time. Being that the stadium is outdoors, it's exposed to violent winters that not only affect gameplay, but also speed up the process of deterioration. The owners, Terry and Kim Pegula, recognizing this, decided to pursue ideas for either a fix or a replacement. An engineering study was commenced to get a sense of the stadium's condition. According to the engineering firm, it was estimated that it could cost almost $1 billion to renovate the existing structure, $500 million of which would have been allocated to fix the upper deck alone. And all of this would only guarantee around 15 years of additional life for the structure. In August of 2021, the Pegulas proposed a $1.1 billion taxpayer-funded stadium, threatening relocation to Austin, Texas if demands were unmet. Later that same month, the plans were officially submitted, and the project was approved soon after, with a financing structure that I'll dive a bit more into later in the video. By August of 2023, the stadium costs had increased to nearly $1.7 billion, with some citing poor financial planning on the side of the Bills. But either way, let's talk about the impressive design of this new structure. On October 8, 2023, the Buffalo Bills traveled to London to play against the Jacksonville Jaguars in one of the annual NFL London games. What many people didn't know, however, was the Bills were playing in a stadium that will closely resemble their future home. The game was played in Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, a world-class sports and entertainment destination which was designed by the architecture studio known as Pegulas. And as you may have been able to guess, Pegulas is also in charge of designing the stadium in Buffalo. The design firm has quite the resume in the sports world, a portfolio of popular venues like Yankee Stadium and the London Olympic Stadium. The future stadium in Buffalo will be made up of around 62,000 seats, and will feature a canopy that covers around 65% of the seats, protecting spectators against wind and snow. While this isn't full coverage, it certainly beats the previous stadium's mark. The construction of the new stadium will also have concourses that are enclosed, protecting fans from the elements as they walk around the facility. And with even more focus on the fan experience, there will be heaters along the underside of the overhangs. The stadium's seating is designed with a 34-degree angle to bring fans closer to the action. This is compared to the old stadium's 28-degree design. This setup ensures that even the last row of the general concourse is 54 feet closer to the field compared to the current stadium. And because of this layout, the designers were able to push the restrooms and concession areas further out, meaning there will be 360-degree walking access on both levels. There were also plans to add a 5,000-person standing room only area, being unofficially referred to as the party deck, although I found no confirmation online as to whether or not this will be part of the end product. There will, however, be multiple areas for watching and experiencing the game throughout the stadium. The new stadium layout will offer more than one ingress and egress for the field, meaning that both teams and all field personnel will not be forced to use a singular tunnel like they have to do in the current one. The stadium's perimeter is marked by an impressive colonnade, giving it a strong appearance. This incorporates iron spot brick panels which rise to different heights, adding a grounded and robust feel to the stadium's base. Above these bricks, lighter perforated metal panels add a sense of movement and fluidity, allowing fans to see into the stadium as they approach. Outside the stadium walls is a soon-to-be fan-favorite feature called the Family Circle, which will be highlighted by a sculpture of a family of American bison. Interestingly, a Stadium Experience Center was constructed to allow fans to preview the new stadium. This center includes a scaled model, virtual reality views from different seats, and detailed presentations of the food, beverage, and concourse areas. It aims to give fans a comprehensive preview and help season ticket holders select their new seats. The site of the future stadium will sit directly adjacent to the existing one, separated by Abbott Road. And on the opposite side of the development area sits Erie Community College. The construction site was originally a parking lot for the existing stadium, but the two will seemingly swap places over the next few years as the old venue will be demolished and most likely converted into parking. The groundbreaking ceremony was held on June 5th, 2023. The ceremony was highlighted by the likes of Terry Pegula, the NFL commissioner, and the New York governor. Generating quite a buzz in the Buffalo area, excavation work started shortly after. And 9 months later, in March 2024, it was reported that all of the excavation work had been completed with the foundation work well underway. It was said by leadership working the project that concrete work had just about completed and that steel work had already kicked off. In order to keep the project on schedule, the concrete is still in work while the steel is going up behind it. In mid-May, the Bills released their 2024 schedule using star quarterback Josh Allen on the site of the new construction. During the excavation phase back in September 2023, a fan jumped over the fence protecting the construction site and fell into a hole that was 30 to 40 feet deep. For the rest of the Bills' 2023 season, fans continued to jump into the construction site, which became known as the Pit. A superstition arose that feeding the Pit would ensure a Bills victory, as the team's 6-game winning streak heading into the playoffs coincided with someone falling into the site before each game during that stretch. Remember how I mentioned earlier that a deal was reached between the state of New York and the Buffalo Bills owners? Well, here are the final terms of the deal. The stadium is expected to cost around $1.7 billion. Of that amount, the Pegulas will pay around half, or $850 million. The other half consists of $600 million coming from New York State and $250 million coming from Erie County. This means that approximately half of this stadium will be paid for using taxpayers' dollars. And this is being tabbed by a sports economist as one of the worst deals for taxpayers the country has ever seen. Terry and Kim Pegula have a net worth of around $6.8 billion, and this stadium probably only adds to their net worth, considering it's an asset that they will own outright through the Bills while only having to pay for around half of it. But when the Pegulas threatened to take the franchise and move to another city like Austin, the state obviously didn't want this to happen. New York's governor responded by allocating all $418 million of overdue funds from the Seneca Nation casinos to this project. However, that still leaves over $400 million, which will be paid for using various New York tax dollars. Another bit of controversy is the fact that the new stadium doesn't have a roof. While this will make it officially ineligible to host the Super Bowl, it seems to be a very polarizing topic. On one hand, some fans are excited that the Bills can keep their advantage of being used to playing in the cold weather, as well as the iconic snowy games that I'll admit are very entertaining to watch. But others feel like it was a necessity to have full stadium coverage, and the only reason a roof wasn't included was due to how much it could increase the costs. Also, the fact that the stadium will have 62,000 seats is a decrease of about 10,000 from its predecessor. No matter what you have to say about this, it's an impressive large-scale project and will be one of the most exciting new stadiums in the country. If you're interested in seeing the progress of the stadium construction in real time, I've linked a channel in the description below that runs what seems to be a 24/7 live stream from a nearby view of the project. I make all types of videos about engineering and construction projects, and I urge you to check out some of my other content if you have an interest. I appreciate you watching, thank you for 5,000 subscribers, and I'll see you next time.